Hey guys, Steve Welch here with your fact of the day. So I found an article on hotcars.com. So let's talk about some hot cars. Well, opposite of hot cars. So they have a article here that talks about the ugliest cars of the last 10 years. Really kind of an interesting piece of an article here, so I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I thought it was a really cool thing. So fact of the day, the ugliest cars of the last 10 years from hotcars.com, right? So we're gonna kind of work backwards here, and I'm going to start with number 15. We're gonna work all the way back down to number 1 for your ugliest cars of the last 10 years. So number 15 is the 2016, and they specify years on this, guys. So that's going to be what they do. So there could be several years within that body style or whatever, but they specify years, makes, models on these cars. So number 15, they list the 2016 BMW 5 Series GT. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and link the article so that you guys can take a look at the article and see the reasoning for it. But in the fact of the days, I don't like to go too long, so we're just going to kind of go through the list here. You can see the reasonings if we go through there. So what's number 14? Well, number 14 is the Tesla Cybertruck. Yeah, I can kind of understand that because that thing's definitely an acquired taste when you're talking about the Cybertruck. All right, so number 13 is going to be an overseas car. It's the 2014 Citroen C4 Cactus, and I'm going to show you some pictures as we go here too, so you've been seeing that. I'm going to show you some pictures of these, and it's just the worst cars, they say, for what's been made, right? So number 12 is the 2015 Nissan Juke. That's the next one they have on their list here. Talked about the car was all the buzz when it came out due to its style, but it kind of fell short is what they say there. So number 11, they talk about the 2016 Toyota Mirai. That's Toyota's hydrogen vehicle, so they just don't like the way that particular vehicle looks. So like I said, so number 10 is the 2013 Fiat Multipla. That is a weird looking car. So I can definitely agree with that, with their number 10 vehicle that's there. Number 14 is the Honda Accord Crosstour, that hatchback Honda Accord. Never really got a following. It's just really weird looking. So yeah, I can definitely account to that. And when we trade for one, it's usually one of those things that they don't even want to keep it. So yeah, it's definitely a not a great looking car. So number 8 is the 2013 Porsche Panorama. Hard to hear of a lot of these higher end cars on here, but you know, that's part of what they do, right? Number 7 is the 2017 Jeep Cherokee, right? So and I'm outside here, so sorry if you hear my papers flipping a little bit here, but it talked about that they really hated this body style in the Jeep, and that's a little bit of what they talked about. So the classic Jeep grille is still present, but it makes it look so much worse. So luckily the Cherokee had a facelift shortly thereafter is what they said on this. So like I said, I've linked the article in the comments, or in the description there, so you guys take a look at that. So number 6 is the 2014 Nissan Murano Cabriolet. I hadn't even heard of that car. But yeah, it's definitely if you take a look at it, it's definitely an issue, right? So sometimes it says it's supposed to be a middle-aged, accomplished academic woman wanting to make a refined statement about their taste. Unfortunately, it didn't appeal to anybody. So it says nobody wanted to have the car, not because of the name or the badging, but because of the way it looked. You can't just take a crossover and chop the roof off. This is what happens. So part of their description that they said here on that particular car. So number 5 is the 13 Infiniti QX80. People always have thought that the Infiniti SUVs look fat and disappropriate sharks. You know, I guess the grill coming in higher than the lights on the front just gives the car a derpy look, it says. So they have some really fun words that they use in here, but he talks about it, says it's one of the ugliest SUVs you can buy. That's from them, of course, here. So number 4 is the 16 Toyota Prius. Okay, I mean, Prius is an acquired taste, right? So I always talk about the Prius has always been ugly, it says. But it says, obviously, it says, but in the face of saving the environment, shouldn't it be a little bit prettier? Wait for the new Prius. You'll see what's coming out in the new Prius. I think you'll be excited about that. But number 3, the 2012 Lincoln Mkt. Take a look at that. That's definitely an acquired taste too. This is really the stuff of nightmares, with the biggest and loudest pig nose front end ever to grace a car. Yeah, okay, so that's, you know, they're holding back what they really feel, right? I'm sure they like it better than that. It's completely unreal how ugly this car is. All right, so number 2 is and this one I can fully agree with, the 2019 Fiat 500L. It's a little bit long. It doesn't quite look like it, you know, in my opinion, of course, it doesn't quite look like it should. It's just odd, right? So they said it looks like someone started melting a bar of soap halfway through, decided to call it a car design. They didn't hold back, like I said. He said, hey, let's put 4 googly eyes on a thing and call it a day. Unfortunately, that was the day before the production started. So yeah, it says it's a top heavy, cumbersome, frankly massive Fiat crossover sedan that's been Fiat crossover sedan that has been pretty successful, sadly. It seems like we aren't near the end of seeing this ugly assembly of lumpy squares on our roads. So apparently they sell a bunch of them. So this particular publication does not like them at all. So what's number 1? Drum roll, or not. But it's the 2018 Nissan Cube, right? It says, speaking of boxes without corners, this car has to take the cake for the weirdest assembly of kindergarten level shapes out there. From the name Cube to the shape, square to the wheels with 4 90-degree spokes in the shape of a plus sign, we've got a square. Said, but no, we won't stick with that as a theme. We're gonna make the windows rounded, yeah, basically oval, so it don't look like they match at all, and we'll have the window wrap around the back seamlessly, but only on one side. And we'll add bumper flares because we don't want it too square. We imagine that's how this car was designed. So that's their list, the top 15 ugliest cars of the last 10 years as put together by hotcars.com. What do you guys think? Did I miss anything or anything you'd add to the list? Definitely like, subscribe, add anything to the comments down there you think should have been added to that list. Maybe it's number 16. What do you guys think? So let me know if there's something crazy, and we'll do another video on what you guys think. Steve Welch with your fact of the day. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.